everybody, before you watch the video, make sure you follow the page, like the video, hope you enjoy. And the crazy thing about jiu-jitsu is you're constantly forced into those scenarios. In other situations in life, it's actually very safe. You can always avoid these challenging situations as much as possible. But when you do jiu-jitsu, unfortunately, there's nowhere to hide. There's mat space and you and someone else in front of you. Where are you going to go?
And it's very similar to life because you have the ups and downs. Like you're going to get a new job or you're going to get fired. You're going to get a new girlfriend. You're going to break up your marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's all the same. Family's going to die. Someone's going to be born. You know?
Yeah.
So happiness, getting sad all the time. Jiu-jitsu, up and down, every day.
Success, failure, 100%, man.
Yeah.
It's a condensed version of life, man. I probably said this 28 times on the 28 podcasts we've done. Every podcast, man. It's a condensed version of life, and that's why it's so addictive, man.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is some people get more out of this than they do living actual life, because in life, again, you can avoid all of these challenges. You can avoid all this stuff. You can't do it in jiu-jitsu. If you're training and you're training for real, you can't avoid it, man.
Do you have any traits, that personality traits that you developed through jiu-jitsu? I have one, very classic now. I can spot it on myself. Do you have any?
Well, I think that my temper is a lot calmer than it has been. I think that I'm more humble than I ever have been. I recognize in life when my ego is telling me to do things, which is probably not the right thing to do. So I'm able to check that, which I don't think I've ever been able to do, quite emotional and things like that. My awareness of what's happening around me all the time is a lot better than it used to be.
It's very interesting.
I was with some friends, I remember at Byron Bay, and I saw an altercation. And, we just walked past it. And I said to my friends, did you see that? And they said, no. And so you're aware of things.
Why do you think is that? Because you suddenly watching so many like body movements when we're training, or because I agree with you on that 100%.
You're watching people's expressions. You're watching
body language.
their body language. You just get. I think you get.
I think you get more intelligent emotionally because you learn how to deal with your own emotions better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like you're forced to deal with uncomfortable situations, and as a byproduct of that, you get better at dealing with uncomfort or anxiety or aggression or happiness or sadness or all of the things that you experience with going through hardship. And man, I'm a big believer in you're never gonna grow as an individual if you do not go through hard things in life. You can't grow without challenge. You can't grow without accepting responsibility and being put in situations that's difficult. So you need to either find hardship, or if you're one of the unfortunate or fortunate people that experience real hardship in the world, people dying and having to look after your family and getting a job at 16 and looking after people and helping with this and helping with that and, having major injuries and overcoming problems and, this family problem and this and that. You become a more complete individual because as you go through these things, you learn about the world, you learn about life. And you know what the crazy thing is again, you learn this stuff in jiu-jitsu. And this is what's missing for a lot of people from the world. So I feel like you can notice fights and stuff better, and you feel you're better at dealing with things. Of course, we're not perfect. I'll still get angry with somebody if they disrespect me constantly. I might erupt and get angry and yell. I'm a human being, right? But for the most part, you get better at managing all these things in your mind. You start to control your mind as opposed to your mind controlling you. You start to control your reactions as opposed to your emotions controlling how you react. And that's something that I think is really important for people to work on in life.
What?
Because otherwise we're just reacting, you know what I mean? You're not analyzing anything, you're not processing how things feel or how things are, you just react. And it's like a normal conversation. For the most part, when you're upset with somebody or someone says something that upsets you, we react in the way we feel. Oh, da, 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 da. Oh, no, no, no. What I have started to notice is even though that I feel that way, I'm still now able to respond in a way that I would like to respond. And again, that if I choose to be aggressive and yell, I'm aware of that still. Maybe that's the wrong choice, maybe not. If I choose to be calm and you know, slow with how I talk or whatever, I'm more conscious of that now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that really starts to, you kind of gain this stuff as you do jiu-jitsu more, or as you go through hardship
that's
more.
your trace of personality that you're building up.
I would say a little bit, but I'm just saying overall, I think you learn how to deal with your emotions better because you're putting yourself in hard situations, and as you deal with hard situations, you get better at dealing with the emotions that are brought up inside of you. Man.
But you have one specific for you?
Yeah, I would say I wouldn't say specific. That's the specific one. Is like being more aware and more conscious of how you react, how your emotions are doing inside of your body, what's actually happening, and separating and detaching from how you feel as opposed to how you act. Because I don't think that's something that is very common in the world, and I also don't think that that's that easy to learn. Because again, you learn it through hard shit.
That's right. And you know, look, if you're going to look at the way society's, you know, you said woke and you know, like we try to take hardship or disappointment away from our loved ones, our friends. You know, I don't want them to suffer, but you know, there's valuable lessons
in all of that. Yeah, for sure. And that's the paradox. You know what I mean? Like you do it out of love, but a lot of the time it hurts them more because they don't learn how to be self-sufficient. They don't learn how to be in control of their own life. Yeah.
What was your
my personal one is this: anything that I do that doesn't work or as much as I would like to, or I can do better, I want to do it again. I want to regroup, get all the information again, go through it again, study, reevaluate, and I just want to give another opportunity to do it again.
So how do you do that? Like, so you're saying if somebody past your guard submitted you in jiu-jitsu?
No, I'm talking about life. Well,
yeah, that's jiu-jitsu.
But yes, back in jiu-jitsu, yes, if someone passed my guard and done something, I'm gonna look. Okay, well, I could perhaps do another way to defend that, or I was too slow to start moving. You know, like I will review, and I wanted to, when I'm back in that situation, I'm gonna try again. Do you know what I mean? But that could be from something that I cooked that I overcooked. I want to do it again, or a deal that I did and that I didn't go too well, and I want to do it again.
It's made you more driven in addressing flaws or mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But isn't that the cool thing about jiu-jitsu too? That if somebody does do something to you, I've never had, you know, if I go up, how did you do that? Like, what did you do to get there? No one's ever said, I'm not telling you. That's my secret. You know, like, they're always happy to share. And so by sharing, you get better.
But they get better too.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that makes you better.
Yeah, yeah.
Because by sharing, you know what they're going to do at that time, what they do well, and then you're going to avoid that, and then you're going to have to, you oblige them to get better as well.
So this is another life lesson too, but that's just like abundance. Like you're just sharing and being bountiful with everything, like whether it's knowledge, whether it's resources, whether it's attention and help and and your time, whatever. Like the more like abundant you are with that, the more you share that, the more people are willing to share it with you. And what that does is just breed a group of people that are willing to keep lifting each other up. And as you lift someone else up, they're happy to lift you up. And everyone improves as an individual, but by helping each other. You can't improve by yourself. You improve by a bunch of individuals all helping each other improve. And I think, again, this is another thing that's missing from everyday life. Like, for the most part, in the corporate world, in business,
you're trying to
step on people to get up there. And the thing is like, you might get to those positions, but you fucking ruin every single relationship situation that you're ever going to be in to get to that position.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people bring that into their family life and their relationships or whatever. Like, you shouldn't be burning bridges with everyone because they upset you or they did this or they did that. Like, oh no, they're lower than me now because I'm up here. Like, that's not a good way to live, man. But Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you haven't yet already, make sure you subscribe, like, and again, go and check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, like all our platforms. Give us a follow at bjj.101 on Instagram, and go and check out bjj101.com.au to access the full video library.